Welcome back, WVU Esports viewers. We are so back. Chatterbox is back. Season 2. Let's go. We got renewed another year. I guess we're talented enough.
So
And
talented.
so, next, I know. I'm Emily, and I'm here with,
Fate.
in case you're unfamiliar with what we do,
Hmm.
today we're going to be doing a bit of chatting, and it's going to get pretty hot today. So you might want to grab an ice cold water because today we're discussing our hot takes. In case you're unfamiliar with what a hot take is, a hot take is typically something that's, a little
Hmm.
bit spicy, a little bit of a controversial opinion, something that we could easily debate. And Fate and I today are going to dive into our hot takes, things
Hmm.
that we are passionate about, things that we will defend on the stand. And we will be presenting you our hot takes and defending our names, really.
Yeah, it's
Defending our
true. Our
opinions, defending
dignity.
our names.
Lot to defend here.
Exactly. There is.
But
There's a lot on the
there's
line.
there's so much on the line. Dignity, respect, all those type of that little group of things, all on the line right now. The
Yeah.
line is heavy. But Emily, getting into this, hot take number one: GTA 6 will not live up to the hype here. Okay, I have some
Mhm.
points. I have some points here.
Okay.
So GTA 5, right? Obviously, one of the biggest games of all time, continues to
Hmm.
be today. They're still up in the online stuff, adding some whatever things, different heists and things like that. But
Yeah.
with that game already being so popular now, and then GTA 6 also having the insane hype that it does, and then the
Hmm.
delays and all the trailers that have been going on that are like breaking the records and all that stuff, I just think no matter how good the actual game is going to be, some
Yeah.
people are gonna have this stupid stupidly high hope, and
Hmm.
it's gonna be let down. They're
Yeah.
gonna buy the game,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, not as good as I
It's
thought it
a
was gonna
flop.
be. I don't know,
Yeah.
and then that's gonna kind of ruin it.
So you think people have set their expectations so high that Rockstar has simply no way of being able to meet those expectations, and
Yes,
therefore people will think that the game flops.
yes. Like I'm telling you now,
Okay.
we're gonna go on Twitter after it releases, and people are gonna be like, 10 years for this, 11 years for this, really?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
because it's been in production for so long, and there've been like delay after delay because of COVID and all this stuff. So it's like even more
Mhm.
things coming out. Actually, my might even be more than 10 years. I don't even know. It's been a while since GTA 5 came out. I think it's like
Yeah.
2013, maybe. I don't know. But it's been a while, and they're gonna be like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. But like in their mind, it's gonna be like some like basically real life, like so realistic to the point where you can't even tell a
Yeah.
difference. And it's like it's still a video game, you know. It's
Mhm.
not like we're
Mhm.
not in the year 2060 yet, so like we don't
Yeah.
have that. Um, but I don't know. I think it'll still be good. I'm not trying to say it'll be bad. I think GTA 6 can be
Mhm.
so good. I just think some people have a super high expectation, and if it's slightly below that, they're like, flop. This game sucks. Waste of money.
Yeah. I feel like this is like a pretty base take. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
typically when it comes to a game that's taking like this long to make, a lot of people are going to start having these pre-planned ideas of what they're going
Mm-hmm.
to expect in a sort of game like this, like mechanics or like visuals, whatever it may be, of what they're going to expect. And I do agree that like people, I think their expectations won't be met. However, I do think some people, even if their expectations aren't met, I do feel like a new GTA would just be exciting in general. And so I think even if it like doesn't meet these mechanics or like visuals that people are wanting, I think getting another GTA is probably going to be exciting to them nonetheless, but they'll probably still be a little bit disappointed.
I
So I
think so
would
too.
agree that it's not going to live up to the hype like period, but I do think people will still be like excited for it
Oh
and
yeah,
hopefully not like rule it out as a flop immediately. But I mean, I can't speak for the game. Like maybe it comes out and it is just like literally a flop. It's actually
yeah.
like the worst game ever made. I don't know, but
Well, one thing I did want to bring up with that was like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was a game that had a lot
yeah.
of hype, and it was supposed to be kind of like the GTA 6 before GTA 6, like that still type of
Yeah.
vibe with it. And I think
Mhm.
when it came out, it was too good, at least performance wise, where like consoles couldn't even run it, and it was glitchy, and
Yeah.
it was like it was good, like content
Mhm.
wise, but like there were so many bugs because it got so rushed that it was like bad.
Yeah.
But then when those bugs
Mhm.
got fixed, like nowadays it's a great game. But like when it came out, it was just horrible. So I don't think GTA will have the same thing because I think they've taken their time and they've done it the correct way. But
You would
it's
hope
still a
after 10
concern. You
years.
would hope after 10 years. If
Yeah.
somebody on Twitter was gonna say this after 10 years, it'd be because it's a buggy
Yeah.
mess. So I can understand
Yeah.
that. And now some people
Mhm.
may say, but Fate, not all the hype leads to disappointment. I mean, like, look at Elden Ring. Elden Ring was super hyped, and it was even better than people thought, which is true.
Mhm.
Elden Ring, super hyped up
Great
game,
game.
came out low key better than everyone thought it was going to be. And I think that
Mhm.
can happen in some scenarios, but I think just with this hype has been around for like a decade at this point. People like
Yeah.
since GTA 5 came out were thinking about GTA 6.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like that since it's like a franchise that just like keeps going, that's kind of gonna be
Mhm.
why it's just super duper hyped. It's little too much,
Mhm.
maybe. It's little too much.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, take one out the way. Was it
Pretty
hot
good.
enough?
Pretty good.
It was mild
It's like
take.
lukewarm.
Lukewarm,
Lukewarm.
lukewarm.
We're
Yes,
not into
lukewarm take. Wasn't too shabby, I
yeah.
think. Got what you got to do. But going into hot take number 2. This is
My
yours.
take. This one's mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think live adaptations of movies need to stop. They need to die. They need to cease to exist. I don't want to see another one coming to my theaters, coming to streaming services. I don't want to see them anymore, quite frankly. And I think that they're just like they continue and fail to deliver like any meaningful value whatsoever. I see zero value in a live adaptation
Mm-hmm.
movie. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think they have any like purpose. They're not providing me any original material. It's like literally in the name, a live adaptation. You're just imitating something that's already made. Like you
True.
look at Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, there's Aladdin, there's like a freaking billion of them when there shouldn't be. And all they're doing, they're taking the same concept of the original movie, and all they're doing is they're making it a live adaptation
Mm-hmm.
version. What's the point? I don't see a point in doing that. I think that crushes any sort of creativity. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just
And all it
marketing.
does is it goes for profit. Like, live adaptations are not made because they need to be made, they're made because they can be made.
Yes.
And I think that is just, that's so boring. That is so boring. You can take, like, okay, here's an example. Okay, we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Spider-Man as a whole originally made as comics, and then there's also like I don't know, normal movies of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they switched up the medium of it and they put it into animation, which are like arguably actual animation is like 10 billion times better than like any other sort of
Oh,
movie. But
100%.
I just think like a live adaptation, all you're doing is you're just trying to steal profit. Like you're not doing anything original. You're just remaking something. And then also like when you incorporate live adaptation into things, live adaptation like sorry, but it looks so weird. Like if you've seen Lilo like the trailer
Oh,
for
it looks
Lilo
yeah,
and
it
Stitch,
just looks off. There's something's wrong with it.
it looks uncanny. Like there's something about Stitch and the live adaptation version where you're like, yeah, that's obviously not real and it looks a little bit weird. I think because typically a live adaptation, you're going to be going off of an animated movie.
Yeah.
The whole point of an animated movie, what makes them so good, besides like you can like there's a nostalgia factor to them, but there's also part of like there's so much whimsy and like fantastical elements to them that there's a reason why it's in an animation movie. You don't
Yeah.
need to bring those fantastic elements like in Lion King, a talking animal. You don't need to put that into a live action version. It doesn't look right.
Yep.
It doesn't sit right with me, and I don't like it. And then like also you have to think viewers as a whole. There's already such a track record for live adaptations to suck.
Yep.
So no one's going out and going like, "Oh my god, yes,
Yes,
the new
I've been waiting
Lilo
for
and Stitch
this.
live adaptation gonna hit. Can't wait to go to the theater." No, all they're doing is they're making more merchandise. They're making more money off of it. There's no point to it.
Yeah.
They like everyone knows that they suck. They're not going to them. And Like, I just think animation, stick with animation. Give the animators the job, let them cook. The animated movies are always going to be a billion times better than a live adaptation. And
I
I'll
agree.
just say that.
Yeah,
I
I
will say
mean,
though,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only live adaptation that I will allow any room for this conversation to exist is the How to Train Your Dragon live adaptation.
Yes.
That
Yes.
that's a pass. They're excluded from this conversation, and I'm not talking about them. Every other live adaptation, though, do not don't play with me because I will fight because I hate all of you.
I agree. And I think, when the first idea of a lot of live
Yep, 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 yep.
I will say, I do think when the first idea of like, hey, we should take this animated movie and turn it into live action. I think
Yeah.
maybe in my heart I want to say it was like it was for the fans. Like let's give them something else. It's their favorite
Yeah.
movie.
Hmm.
Also, it would probably do well. Not gonna say that part was an emotive, but still, they were probably thinking like this could be cool. And then
Yeah.
after that first one, everyone was like, I want them. I want some money. Oh my god, this performed so well. Let's like just get the money from all these people who were like 10 years old when this came out, and now they're 94, and they can
Yeah.
watch it now a live adaptation, and they'll be like, oh, I remember when I was a kid. I'm so nostalgic right now. So it's just I don't know.
Hmm.
It kind of is a cash grab, and I think cash grab movies. We'll get into that later. Make me angry. It's like it ruins the entire
Yeah.
point of film. It's just so stupid.
Mhm. I think just as a viewer, I know when I'm watching that, I'm like, I know y'all need an extra buck.
Yep.
I know y'all need an extra buck, and that's why you're making it. But it also it just doesn't make sense to me of if I was there and I was like we're at a round table and it's like, all right, guys, let's pitch your idea. If someone came up to me and pitched, what if we make a live adaptation of this? I would say, okay, so you ran out of ideas.
Yep.
So you're not creative, you ran out of ideas, and you have nothing better to do with your life than create something off of something that already exists. That's boring, that's unoriginal, and I'm not excited and I'm not gonna support that. Sorry. It's
Sorry.
so boring.
It is
And
very boring.
animation is we've talked about this before in a previous episode, but animation, software to animate, is so easily accessible now
Mm-hmm.
that anyone can do it. Anyone can learn. It's not like there's animators have run dry, it's not like they don't exist. They're out there. They're ready to work. Give them a chance. Stop making these
100%.
stupid live adaptations.
I agree. And we'll get into more movie things in a bit. I think the movie industry right now is probably among the worst it's ever been. Like it's
Yeah.
just, it's kind of sad. It is a wee bit sad.
Yeah.
It crushes the heart of many film nerds. I think Carvelli would shed a tear. He
I
probably is
know. I
shedding
wonder what
tears.
Carvelli would have to say about live adaptations, but
He probably wouldn't like
actually,
them.
I think Carvelli would be on my side. In case you're unfamiliar with who Carvelli is, he is a manager at of content at WVU Esports, and he is also a super big film buff. We've had him on before. You should go check out that episode. Um,
Should.
but but I think he would agree with me. I think Carvelli would agree that a live adaptation sucks the soul out of the movie.
Yeah,
I think it sucks the soul out of it, and it's not fun.
I agree. And the third one, building on this is mine. Building on
Mhm.
the film industry being poo poo doo doo, the Marvel formula, as it is called, kills
Mhm.
mainstream creativity in movies. Now, I would like to say, pointing out the mainstream feature here, because yes, there are other films. Not every movie
Mhm.
is mainstream. But of the mainstream movies, you'll see so many old franchises that didn't really do the Marvel formula before, now trying to tap into it. And it's like now every movie needs a movie universe, and they need a fleshed out character to build off 7 spin-offs, and then they have a sidekick who has a little TV show on the side who runs for 5 episodes, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this thing sucks." And then they get rid of it. But it's just it's content overflow garbage. None of it's good. It's all just we want money. We
Mhm.
know people love this character, so let's just put them in 6 different films and see how much money we can make from it. And I feel like
Yeah.
that is the Marvel formula of build a character,
Mhm.
really flesh them out, and then just pump them full of cash and milk it
Mhm.
dry. and then when it's dry, move on to the next person, and that's the Marvel
Yeah.
formula. And
What are like other what are some other like movies that are doing this? Like I can't think of any
I
that are
think I
like
think
doing the Marvel formula.
Ghostbusters is trying to do it. I want to say, I think they're like doing
Okay.
like a little universe. You could
Never
even
seen a Ghostbuster movie.
I don't think I have either. Um,
So
I you could also say slightly Star Wars. Like I don't
that
know.
no. I will not stand for Star Wars
No, no,
propaganda
no.
and
Look,
hate.
I love Star Wars. I think that's my go. I mean, I'm named after Luke Skywalker, guys. Okay, like it's fine. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, every single superhero nowadays follows the Marvel formula. Like any like DC stuff. Like I think Shazam tried doing like that whole thing was like let's make a funny like family friendly superhero movie that's kind of like a Marvel movie, and
Yeah.
let's see how well it does. And then it did well. They might have tried doing more. I don't really remember. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I know Ghostbusters tried doing that. They tried making like that like nostalgia kind of big battle. Like I don't know, it kind of is weird. Um, Uncharted, what the hell? Like they got like a
I don't know.
whole franchise, like the game Uncharted.
Never heard of it.
Flame her in the
I've never
comments. Flame her in
I've
the
never heard
comments.
of that game.
Anyway, it's about these think of like Indiana Jones, I guess. But
Okay.
it's these like they're like treasure hunters, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Humongous games, then turn into
Hmm.
movies with Tom Holland in them. And I think they're looking to make it like another like movie universe, and it's like not every film needs to have a universe around it. You could have a lower budget, middle budget, standalone film, make it kind of weird.
Hmm.
Stop trying to like do the super safe, super family friendly, like funny haha, and make an actual movie. I feel like it's sadly
Hmm.
like rarer nowadays to go to the movie theater, which is already rarer as is, and see a film and it not just be the exact same formula every single time. You know? And if you're like 11 years old, then it's fine because it's like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man made the same joke again. Oh, this is quite humorous. But for people who are conscious thinkers and have a brain, it's just like everything's the same, man. It's all going down the same pathway. I feel. I don't know.
I I honestly would like disagree with I would disagree with
Really?
this. Yeah, I think I would disagree with this because like I honestly don't think that many movies are trying to do like this whole like cinematic universe that people
Well,
need to be taken on. I think like Marvel does it, yes, which they should. DC also does it, which I think they should. And I think both of them are obviously like deserving of having a strong background
mm-hmm.
behind them and like a whole universe. Ghostbusters, like I think what is it? There's only like three movies, so I feel like even that isn't that like deep of a universe to go into.
Yeah.
And then like Star Wars, you could say, yeah, they have a lot of shows and they have a lot of stuff that like revolve around it. But I think that I think also like Marvel and DC, I think that is so deserving because I think every single character in that entire universe has such a depth to them that I
Mm-hmm.
think is really interesting to explore. So sure, even if it's like, consistently making shows about every, minute character,
Right.
I think it still works for them. I think like a lot of the companies that you listed doing it, I think they're doing it in a way that works for them
Mm-hmm.
and that I think is like perfectly fine, honestly. I can't think of a movie that is like creating a universe where I'm like, okay, we get it. Like, enough of these movies. Like, I don't need to
Yeah.
see it anymore. I mean, even like, here's another one. Like, you could think creating a whole universe. You know what movies have a whole universe around them? Sharknado movies. I have seen every single Sharknado movie. However, I will argue that they are allowed to also create an entire universe around their movies because those movies are meant to be like a guilty pleasure. Yeah, a Sharknado movie isn't good. I don't care about the
Whoa!
universe
Don't
of
harm the
the
Sharknado
movie.
fans. Okay.
Sorry, Sharknado isn't good. Yes, I've seen every single one of them. I think I'm like pretty credible in being able to say that. Sharknado movies aren't good. However, it's like a chill movie to watch. Where I'm like, what do I want to watch that it's gonna like, give me a little pick up. I'm a Sharknado movie because I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go, this is stupid, this is funny. And they have like a whole I don't even know how many there are, like probably six of them.
Six,
And
seven.
yeah, yeah, like six, seven of them probably. And they all just like build off of each other basically. But it's like funny and it's fine. I think like I don't know. And then also what you said about a lot of movies copying each other.
Yeah.
I think that goes back to like I'm an English major, so I can relate this back to like books and stuff. A lot of books are also gonna follow the same formula. And
Yeah.
like in a romance genre, you can only tell the story of two people falling in love so many times and switch it up so many times. Like there's millions of books, there's millions of movies. You're gonna have like the same story told in like so many different ways. But I think it's still like like people still watch all of those movies that are essentially the same story, and people read all of those books that are essentially the same story because there's like a bit of whimsy to them. People like
Yeah.
them, there might be like one minute thing that's different, like the setting, or there's an actor they like, or the tone of this book is a little bit different. But I think be like that doesn't I don't think that kills creativity at all. I think if anything, it makes people think a little bit harder about how to reinvent a genre or how to reinvent the same story told.
Right.
So I'm
Okay.
I'm honestly down for creating these universes. You know what else has a really crazy universe? You ever watch Riverdale? Okay,
No.
well, never mind. Well, Riverdale was like it was like this show that was about these teenagers or whatever. It was like I shouldn't describe it to Stranger Things because Riverdale is actually like awful. But Riverdale started like was a show that started off on like South Side serpents and like people having feuds and stuff and like solving mystery cases, and
Yeah.
then suddenly it revolved into every person has like a superpower and like some crazy backstory. That was like, whoa,
Whoa,
crazy.
guys,
Don't
calm
know
down.
how we got here.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna give it to them. They were being creative. They were trying to think of something new and like reinvent the show.
Hmm.
So I feel like you can't hate on someone for trying because in this case, people are trying and they're not going to live adaptations where they're just recycling.
That's
In this
true.
case, they're like kind of trying to think of something different.
A little something, and I do think
Yeah.
it is true. A lot of formulas, like there's only so many times you can tell like a story of a superhero. Like he came from a bad planet, he had a bad mother, and he had a rough
Yeah,
upbringing, and
exactly.
he came to Earth, and there was conflict. He had trouble fitting in, but then there's a big battle, and he saves everybody. And there's so much CGI, and oh my god, only so
Yeah.
many times you can really tell something like that. So that is true.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more of the superhero franchise, like the superhero genre is kind of it's getting a little worn out. It's getting a little like, all right,
Mhm.
we get it, guys.
There's so many there's only so many superpowers people can have.
Exactly. This is wait. Actually, if you got a superpower, what would you have?
I would talk to animals.
Really? What? I don't think you want that.
Why not?
Help me! Oh my god! Like you're watching a video of some
Okay, then
chickens, and they're like, oh my god, help! They,
okay,
I want to
watching
go.
a video and being able to talk, that's not how that works at all.
Well,
That's like
if you can understand their language, and you hear,
I
I
guess.
hear a, you hear like a help. That could be bad.
I think that it would be nice to talk to them.
What
And
if they
then
have
I
some
if
really? What if
guess
they
what?
start like mean? Here's your fur, bro. You ain't got no fur on you. You look so
I don't
bad.
think
Oh,
I don't think they would be
ugh,
mean to.
ugh.
Do I look like someone they would be mean to? No.
Yes.
Why would they be mean to me? What the hell is that
I think a
supposed
deer
to
would
mean?
bully you.
No, actually, I feel like spiritually like connected to deer. I feel like we're like
Yeah.
one in the same wavelength. I'm from Pennsylvania. Deer and I were like this. Or actually maybe we are like this because, sometimes they come to like out at
I'm
night to try
telling
and
you.
like get hit by my car. However, if I could talk to animals, then I would know if they'd be like, "Excuse
Excuse
me, can
me.
I please come by?" Yeah, exactly. And I'd be like, "So sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Go
Go.
ahead."
Go ahead.
Why wouldn't I? Also, if you think about it, in a scenario where this may be necessary, if I was like the only person that knew how to talk to animals,
Mm-hmm.
I could basically create my own army and like literally take over the world. I would be able to tap into the area of animals, which definitely outpopulate humans,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be able to like take over the world if I wanted to, if I
See,
could talk to animals.
well, then that also begs the question: are they smart enough to like actually hold a conversation with you in the way you would hold a conversation with a
Well,
human being? Like a rabbit's brain is pretty small, so I feel like you'd be like, "Hi, rabbit." He'd be like, "Hello," and you'd be like, what are you doing today? Like, like how's your day been? He'd be like, and he like wouldn't be able to like really formulate a sentence and kind of like speak to you. He kind of just like look at you
I
with a puzzled face, and you'd be like,
I think you're undermining the intelligence of animals. I
I
think
just
they're
think
great.
certain cute small animals like a chihuahua or a gerbil would not be able to really like hold a convo with you. It'd be like talking to like I don't know like a 2-year-old. It's like yeah like they're,
That's like the most fun ever. What do you mean?
they're there, but like it's more just like oh you're so cute, oh my gosh, you picked up the binky, oh wow, and they'd be like a bunny, and
Okay, you obviously
that could be
don't
cute.
talk or like work with kids.
Well, I have a niece.
That is not what having a conversation with a
I'd be talking
2-year-old
to
is
my
like.
niece. I'd be talking to my niece. She's 3.
Okay.
She'd be like, she'll be like, go WE Sports, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's true, so true. And she'd be like, did the COD team win today? And I'm like, no.
That's like a substantial conversation. You literally just listen to a
That's true. That's
substantial
true.
conversation.
That's a pretty substantial conversation. That's true.
So, like, I think I would be just fine.
Fine.
Fate, if you could have a superpower, what would your superpower be? And don't name something really stupid now.
I would say, let me think. Give me flight. I wanna like imagine
That
that.
is
Imagine
such a
that.
snooze fest.
You
Snooze fest.
snooze fest.
Flight. Yes, flight. Are you kidding me?
Alright, give me
Having
laser
the
eyes.
ability
Give me laser eyes.
what are you gonna do with that? Grill a burger, cook it with your eyes, shoot up some popcorn? Like, what are you gonna do with that?
I can do a lot.
Besides literally
Listen,
start a
I
fire
can
or kill
let me
people.
think. I could
Kill someone. Start a
you
fire.
want some
Cook some.
tea? Oh, you want some tea? Is your
That
coffee is
sounded
your
so
is your
useless.
coffee a little
You ever heard of like a coffee warmer? Like literally just buy one. Go put it in the
What if you
freaking
don't have
microwave.
one on hand?
Go. Okay, then like
Be like, "Oh,
drink your coffee
hey
faster.
laser boy.
That
Here."
so your power would be used to help people
I
beat up
think
their
everyone would
dreams.
think you're crazy. I think they'd be like, "Yeah, okay, Emily, you can talk to the bunny. It's talking to you back. Cool. You're going in a psych ward.
And
Okay."
that's fine. And I would I
Then you can
would
talk to
not
the
go.
rats in your little 2x2 room, and you'd be like, "How long y'all been in
No.
here?"
And
And they're gonna be
they'd be
like,
like,
and the
and
doctor's gonna be
guess
like,
what? And if I could talk to them, then they'd dig me a little hole and I would be able to escape out. Nice try. Nice
"Mmm,
try. The animals and I, we'd be like this.
that's true."
And I wouldn't need people, okay? Those close to me would know that I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
lying.
Would you rather
And they would
speak
be on
every
my
single
side.
language, or would you rather talk to animals?
Talk to animals.
Okay, that's fair. Because I guess some people do speak almost every language. It's not really a superpower. I mean, it is in
No.
and of itself, but like, it's not. It's a real thing.
Yeah, but like no one can talk to animals. That's a whole universe that we haven't even tapped into.
You be the
And
first.
I could do that.
You
Yeah,
be the first.
exactly.
This is
And
true.
we'd all be
Okay,
like this. We'd all
that's
be
true.
like this. I think they would all befriend me. And it would be a great, like literally amazing. Like that is genuinely my dream. If animals could talk to me, like, oh, I would love it.
I think it's funny if they bully you though. Be kind of humorous.
They
All
would
right,
not bully me though. I
this is your hot
wouldn't.
take.
Oh, yes, this is my hot take. And this is a bit of an English nerd hot take,
Mmm.
so sorry. And I think that many classics, like classic pieces of
Mmm.
literature, have only survived because they were assigned and not because they were good. I'm talking like I think some classics have only survived this long because they're implemented into school curriculum. I think a lot of them are not that good and they do not deserve the hype that they get.
Okay,
And
I need some. I think I need some examples here.
Moby Dick. I'm about to go into this. Don't you even
Yeah,
freaking
Moby
flinch
Dick is
because
because
I'm about to go in on
yeah,
this.
I was thinking like The Great Gatsby is low-key peak. That's a great book. It's a great
What?
movie. You don't like them? You don't like The Great Gatsby?
Okay, first of all, you just said that movie is
It
peak. We're
is.
not talking about
It is.
movies. We're talking about
The movie's
books.
great.
That
The book is better.
sure.
You don't like The
Literally
Great
what?
Gatsby?
I'm a Great Gatsby hater. I am strong and proud. I am a Great Gatsby hater. I don't think that that book deserves its survival. You know what that book is about? In case you haven't read The Great Gatsby, I'm jealous of you and I envy you for not having wasted the time to read that book. But The Great Gatsby, all it's about is you've got a rich man and a rich couple, okay? And this guy is like, oh, the girl over here, she's so hot. I really wish that I could be with her. I'm gonna start throwing all these lavish parties, so maybe one day she notices me. She goes to the party. Does she notice him? No, they don't even form a connection. Literally boring. Snooze fest. Guess what? This
There's
guy
more
dies.
to the book than that.
That is literally all that it is.
That
That's
is
all
not
that it
true.
is at such a baseline,
The
and
Great
it's so
Gatsby's so
boring.
good. How
There's
about
no
Fahrenheit?
historic
How about Fahrenheit 451? That's peak too.
that there's a reason why that book isn't on this list because that book also, like The Great Gatsby, well, actually, how should I phrase this? The Great Gatsby has no historical like implications to it whatsoever. It serves no purpose. It does not redefine the way literature is written, and it not does not bring any sort of moral concepts or themes that are revolutionary. And where I, after I close that book and I'm done,
I'd say The
I
Great
reflect
Gatsby
on it and
The
I
Great
go, "Wow,
Gatsby made me realize that yearning is fake and you can't yearn. It's not real.
that is so, that's a terrible. First of all,
It's a
that's
love.
also a terrible delivery.
It's a love story gone wrong.
Why is it a classic though? It shouldn't be
Because
considered a
Leonardo
classic.
DiCaprio's in the movie. Makes it a classic.
That is like
Makes the
just a
book 10 times better.
that's a terrible point to try and make whatsoever because the book was taught in curriculum before the movie was even out. So that
What in the
means
90s
like
when you were in high school?
no, you idiot. I wasn't in high school in the 90s. No, The Great Gatsby is genuinely one of like Scott Fitzgerald flopped with that book. He flopped. And if you want to try and sit in a classroom and talk about the themes and the literary elements used in it, like the difference between the yellow car and the red car
Mmm.
and what the green light means, every single
Mmm.
one of them is such a hyper extension of the novel. It doesn't fit. You're stretching. You're trying to make connections where they don't fit, and you're trying to make the most boring novel possible some sort of literary expertise and something so crazy no one could have thought of that. No.
That's every
I've
English
read.
class ever.
No, it's not
What do you
because there's
see what the
actual
writer's
things about
saying? He's
literature that are
actually
good.
he had a bad childhood and it's actually a reflection of his mother.
No,
And it's like, bro, what are you talking about?
no. There's that's where you're just simply wrong because there's pieces of literature that genuinely are revolutionary and are genuinely like they change the way that writing is done. You could Shakespeare, for example, I will say I do think that Shakespeare deserves to be a classic. However, I think another reason why it survives so long is also because it's taught in curriculum. I
Shakespeare the
no
book?
no
You said it.
Shakespeare Shakespeare as a whole.
Him.
Shakespeare as him.
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 God,
His
English
pieces of
major over here,
literature.
guys. English major over here.
His pieces that survive so long because they're put in curriculum. No one is going to sit down and pick up Shakespeare because a lot of the language he uses simply isn't
Made no sense.
taught, like taken the time to taught. And it's just like it's not accessible. However, I will say Shakespeare is revolutionary and also a lot of his works do have a great like theme and background and story and symbolism within them to talk about. Oscar Wilde, another great author who has a lot of background and history in his writing. There's plenty more.
Question: Which is better? Macbeth or Hamlet?
Hamlet.
Oh, bad take.
That's not a bad take.
Macbeth is better. Come on, guys.
No, it's not.
It's so good. It's so
No,
peak.
it's not.
I actually,
Hamlet is
I played as the I forgot who I played as. I did a play in Hamlet for my
it's
English class. It
unmemorable.
was
It's
good.
simply unmemorable.
No,
It is
it's
simply
actually so good that it took
unmemorable.
up such a large gap in my brain, and it's just like blocking it out. How about Frankenstein? You like Frankenstein? That changed literature. That changed literature. That introduced horror a lot more.
I would argue that Frankenstein, yes,
Okay,
great novel. However, I will say that the book tends to drag on and can be a bit boring.
that's fair. I think it's a
That is
lot.
something that I will
If I'm
say
being
about the
honest,
book.
possibly I'll take a lot of the. Is that the 18th century, 19th century, around that era? A lot of those books, yap
Mhm.
fest. A little bit of sometimes a little bit of yap fest, little wordy for my
Well,
liking.
that's the same thing. Okay, this is another one. And I mentioned it earlier. Moby Dick. He's
Yeah,
considered
Moby
like
Dick's not
a
good.
classic. That's considered like a classic novel. However, I think that is genuinely probably one of the worst books ever written.
Herman Melville, more like Herman Midville, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
Herman
I
Midville.
think I think that book half of if you were just picking up the book and reading it, you would probably think that it is some sort of encyclopedia about whales and like the body of a whale, how to hunt for a whale. Like
Too
we're
much
talking
whale.
pages, chapters, like lengths, going in depth on whales. No one cares.
No one
No
cares.
one simply
I'm
cares.
not a
If you're
whale.
assigning that in a classroom, no one's going to care.
Would
They're
you
going to be disconnected.
question? Would you care more if you could talk to the whale?
No, like okay, well, like in in the novel, sure, maybe if you get the perspective of like the white whale or whatever, sure, that would be great because they're spending their entire life being hunted. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
would love to know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just I don't care. And I guess like you can say that Moby Dick is so like it's a classic. So many people know the name and blah 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 blah. Yeah, you want to know why they know the name? Because it's put in a classroom. You're not sitting down and you're not reading it cover to cover and you're like, I love this story, every single word of it, every page of it. No, no one's saying that. No one's saying that. And the only reason it's known is because everyone talks about it and it's a curriculum. And no,
I didn't know it was even a book. I thought it was just like a whale of some sort until I then realized that it was actually a book about a whale, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like 11.
yeah,
I was quite a wee
11.
lad, but still, Lolicious Fate was like, huh, Moby Dick the whale, Moby Dick the book. I mean, I know
The whale's name isn't even Moby Dick, I don't think.
it's not. I'm pretty confident it's his name is Moby Dick.
Mm. Oh, you're right. It actually Loki is.
Oh, you can't even speak on the book. You don't know that Moby Dick is the whale. Hot take number 5. Back to me, everybody. College is more for connections than a degree. Emily's already shaking her head. She's already shaking her
I
head.
think that's like the worst take ever.
How is that a bad take? That's such a good take. What are you talking about?
I
Okay.
think that's. Go ahead, speak your truth, and then I'll
I
speak
will.
mine.
Okay. So, the money you're paying for to go to college is obviously for your degree, right? You're coming here to get a little degree so you can get a piece of paper that says, I can do a good job. And then you're going to go and get a job, right? Ideally, sometimes that doesn't work depending on your degree, but still. Shout out my CS majors. But I think the connections you make at college, the people you meet at college, especially higher up in college, like I guess you could say kind of in grad school or like later on, the friends you make, the people you know, it's gonna really help you in your field, like later on in life. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give a stipulation, okay? Because obviously, yes, if you have a doctorate, yeah, obviously the doctorate means more than the best friend you made sophomore year of college, whatever. But I'm talking about undergrad. I'm talking about a bachelor's degree. A 4 years degree nowadays isn't even worth that much. So if you go and get a job, right? You say, "Hello, I have a piece of paper that says I can do a good job. I did this for 4 years," and the guy hiring you is gonna be like, okay, everyone has this, so give me the reasons of why you're better than everybody else. But you go in there, you say, "Hey, boss. Hi, Michael. Hi. Yeah, I know you. We know each other. Yeah. Um, let's cut to the chase here, buddy. I'm getting the job, right?" Michael's gonna go, "Yes, and here, take this raise too." And now you have the job, and you just know the guy. The connections are literally everything, especially in fields where you can actually like move up and there's like vertical movement. It means a lot. I rest my case.
I would so disagree with that. I don't think saying a connection equates to success is like
I think
crazy.
it definitely can.
No,
I only have this
I
job
don't
because of a
think it can.
connection.
Okay, and I have this job because I'm actually talented.
Oh! Bow,
So,
bow, bow, bow.
like,
Holy
I
roast. Holy
like
roast.
I mean, I don't know anyone in this job, and I still got it. You want to know why? Because I have a background that says I know what I'm doing, and I have like elements that prove that I know what I'm doing. That's why I got this job. Like saying that just because you know someone will get you a job, that's crazy.
That's why
Maybe
I'm
in your
here.
case it
That's
will.
why I'm here.
Maybe in your case.
I knew the one, the only Kellen Vaughn. And he said, "Hey buddy, I know you're 16 years old, but when you age up, that sounds insane." Um
That's
yeah.
whoa. He's trying to be a lawyer. You're gonna ruin his like
He
credibility.
said when you get to college, hit me up and I'll get you a job. And I said, "Okay, Kellen Vaughn." Got to college. Said, "Hey, Kellen Vaughn, that position still open?" He said, "Yes." Here I am.
Okay,
And
congratulations.
now I cast and I commentate and I talk really quickly and I get paid
Hmm.
the big
That is
bucks.
true. You do do those
I
things.
get paid the big bucks.
However, like, yeah, you can get a connection, and that's great, and that's awesome that you know people and you can weasel your way in. But like, what you know matters, and like taking the dedication and the time and sitting down and like mastering a craft for 4 years, that's important. That shows that you're legit. That shows you took the time to do that. Yeah, sure, you can make connections, blah, 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 whatever. But while you're also at college and you're taking these classes and you're interacting with others, that's like real world scenarios. That's like real life skills that you need. And a like a connection is only going to get you so far. Yeah, you got this job, but like what about like long term success? I
What do you
have the
mean?
background,
I'm around here for life. What are you talking about?
so you're just going to be in school forever.
Duh.
Okay, well, I, on the other hand, want to graduate and go get a job. And I have the skills and the background and the knowledge and the education that all back me up. I don't need to know Joe Schmo and the CEO of this place to go and get a job because I have the knowledge and I have the skills and I have a portfolio that backs up I know what I'm doing. And
Not.
that is like
I will say.
that
I
is
think job experience and all that still matters. I'm not saying that just because you have a connection means you can have no skill and then get whatever you want. But I just
mm-hmm.
think degrees in the Big 25 are heavily overrated, especially bachelor's degrees. Maybe not on the masters and whatever else you're getting side PhDs, but still, you're also paying like quarter mil for those. And connections are free, and those can also help you so very much.
Yeah,
Gavel.
like a connection would yeah, like a connection would help you. Sure. But like okay, let's say if you're if you're going to be a director
Mm.
and if you haven't been trained on like taking the 4 years and taking the education and know how to like taking 4 years, if you want to be a director, taking the 4 years to get a degree in film proves that not only you know how to use a camera, you know probably how to edit, you know how to work with others, like you it shows that you know what you're doing and you're not just some sort of amateur that's, coming up with their iPhone who's made a couple YouTube videos and knows what they're doing. Like it shows that you're the real deal and it shows that you know what you're doing. Like having a
But
degree is proof and like proof of knowledge. Just not anyone can just get a degree. Like
but
anyone can go and make a connection. Anyone can go and get the contact of some sort of CEO. I could go out and probably do it right now if I really
let's see
wanted
it.
to. But no
Go
one
hit
can
up
go and
Jeff
spend 4
Bezos.
years getting a degree.
I would say if you know the guy, he already knows these qualities about you. He doesn't have to guess that your degree equals these skills. He would just know, hey, I would say that they can already know you have these skills. Like if you worked with them in the field before, they'll be like, I know this guy. This guy's really good. Let's get him on.
But how are you even getting into the field to begin with?
You go to
You have to get
college.
the field. You go to college and you get a degree.
Well, you can be in the field before you get the degree. Like you can work up with the people who are also getting your degrees at the time. You'd be like, this dude was so cool in
Sure,
college.
but like
Pow pow pow. Hire him. Raise. CEO.
no.
Rich. That's the pipeline.
They're gonna No,
That is the pipeline.
that's not the pipeline. That's not the
That is
pipeline
the
at all.
pipeline.
That's literally not the pipeline at all, actually. No, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to know what you're doing.
You do,
Just because,
but
yeah,
that
that's
doesn't always mean a
important.
degree. That doesn't always mean a degree. There's other things, other routes. You could,
Okay,
I would argue. Okay, here you could also put connection slash skills. The piece of paper that you get, you're paying for connections and skills. You're not paying for the degree. Anyway, guys,
no.
hot take number 6. Hot take
No,
number 6.
no,
Everybody, next
no.
one. What?
Whatever.
And this is Go ahead.
You think this is crazy? This is not crazy at all. I think voice notes, sending videos, this includes like phone calls, FaceTimes, whatever.
Okay,
That should
okay,
be
okay,
the
okay,
only
okay,
way
okay,
we
okay.
communicate.
That's okay. So you're anti-text.
Yeah, I no, anti-text. I
Okay.
don't think that I think texting could be eradicated and I would literally be just fine. Because like, okay, the reason why voice notes or like sending videos, calling, FaceTiming, whatever is a billion times better than texting is because texting like removes any sort of emotion whatsoever. It's boring and it's bland. I could send you a 2-minute video that would sum up a 15-minute conversation because you're stuck asking like, what do you mean by this? And through a video, videos are
Mm.
so fun to go and send someone a video. You got facial expressions, like you've got like sighs and like pauses and like laughing, like whatever. That's so much more fun. And the way that people communicate is like just like naturally through tone, through like a rhythm, like through pauses. You don't get that in a text message. Text messages are so bland and they suck the life out of communication. And like I think like miscommunications within text are a plague. A
This is true.
plague. You could say sure and through a text message, I wouldn't know the tone that you're using for that sure. You could be like sure or sure. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, but if I send you a video, you'll know because my tone is right there.
You'll
It's right in
know.
front of you. You can't miss it. There's
Now
no
you know.
miscommunication there. And I just think like it's so much better. Texting is so boring. It's
I
so
would say
boring and
the
it's so
only
bad.
benefit. Okay, I can. You've made a good case. I would say the only
Thank
benefit
you.
of texting is if you're in a public sphere and you don't want people hearing what you're saying or you don't want to interrupt things, you can just shoot a quick text. Say, "Hey, be home in 5." They know what you mean. I think for quick communication, that is the whole point of texting. I think if you're ever having a conversation or a long drawn out thing, you should be on the phone with them. But if
Mhm.
there's something that you can just quickly do, hey, I'll be there in 5. WYA, Woodburn, boom. That's it. 2 words. You know exactly
But
where
I
they're
can
at. You
also
know
send a
you're gonna be
voice
outside of
note.
Woodburn. It's simple. It's quick. Those are better. But if you're like, hey, where would you want to eat? We could go to Mexican or we could have Chinese later. I don't know which one. My stomach kind of hurts, so I kind of want to avoid Mexican. Any ideas? And then it's just
Yeah.
like, well, what places are around us? Okay, let me go Google Maps. All this stuff, just call them and simple, much simpler,
Mhm.
So I agree with you
Mhm.
there. I think texting is just more for short little interactions, I'd say.
I would literally send a voice note for that if I wanted to, though. The idea, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the idea of like, if I'm, first of all, being on the phone or like on a FaceTime in public is like so widely accepted. I'm going to
Oh, well,
classes and
yeah.
I'm hearing like the drama is going down, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whoa, whoa. I
He did
maybe I
what to
probably
who?
shouldn't be hearing this. Like, this is probably information that I shouldn't be hearing. Like, everyone does it, so I honestly like don't see like I don't see a huge
To be
deal.
fair, if you know nobody there, you have privacy in reality. If
That is
everyone
yeah, that
around
is
you
true.
has no clue who you are, then you're basically in private.
But then also if you're around people that do know you, like they know you, so why does it matter? You know,
This is
why
true.
do like they know your true you?
They
I
know
guess
the
is the
true
best
you.
answer. Yeah, they know the true you. So it's like it's not awkward, it's not weird. And I think like I don't know, walking around and like sending a quick voice note, like psh, whatever, who
What?
cares?
Whatever. Who cares?
Like
Yeah, true.
whatever. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. I think it's like it's just also there's like a sense of fun to it. I think like being in front of
Sense
the
of
camera and
privacy.
just like yeah. Yeah, like being in front of a camera if you like prop up a video and you like start talking and do like a little vlog of your day. That's fun. That's so much more personal. Like
Definitely the
I think
media
it's
in
cute,
you right there.
I guess, but it's like I talk like I communicate with my boyfriend through like sending each other. We send each other videos. We don't really like text much. We send each other like videos and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think it's so fun. Like whenever I get like a little vlog from him, I'm like, "Ooh, time to sit down
Ooh,
and watch
here we
my
go.
boyfriend's vlog." Like
My
it's
favorite
cute and
show
it's
is
fun.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking every time it happens, and I'm like really excited. But if I'm just getting a text, it's like, oh, I can pick it up, look at it, like whatever.
Well, I just
But a
texted my
video is fun.
girlfriend and she's making brownies. So, and I wouldn't be able to call her because I'm recording something right now. So, I don't
Yeah, but you could like
know.
probably send her a voice note right now if you really wanted to. And you could exclaim how excited you are to go, "Oh my god,
I'm about to.
Willow
Peep
Mason,
this.
I'm so excited."
Okay, I'm saying that right now.
Okay, please do.
Oh my god, Willow Mason. I am so excited. Is that good?
Yeah, that was good. And then say that I told
Oh my god,
her
Willow
Willow Mason.
Mason. I am so excited.
See, and guess what? She's probably gonna like that more than just a text being like,
That's
"Okay, so
true.
excited to try
That's
them."
true. Fair enough. You know what?
So,
Hey, point proven.
you're
There it
welcome.
is. That is very true. All
Exactly.
right. Good point. You know what? Good argument there, I'd say. Hot take number seven.
Thank
This
you.
is okay. This is looky big. This is actually this is very
And I'm
this
sad.
could get a pitchfork through my neck in the facility. This could get this is hot, right?
Is this something I'm gonna have to cut?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Esports will never be as popular as traditional sports unless something changes. And I think that is the big gotcha. That is the gotcha at the end there because I really do believe that I don't think esports is necessarily in competition with sports because it's a completely different field in like it's very different. So like they're not really in direct competition. But I do think obviously the goal of esports would be to grow as large as the sports industry. Like they bring in so much money. So that'd be cool for esports too. And it is also I think one of the fastest growing industries in the world. But I will say this. I love esports for one, right? It's my job. I'm a big fan of it. I like everything about it. But
Yeah.
I don't. I never watched League of Legends Worlds. I never watched a Super Smash Bros. Tournament. I've never watched half of the esports that are around a single second of my life. If you watch football, you probably watch baseball. You probably watch some hockey. You probably watch basketball when it's around. Maybe some March Madness. You watch every sports is a collective. You watch the Olympics when it's on. You'll watch Super Bowl even if your team's not in it. All these things happen simultaneously, and there's seasonal things like okay, football's for fall, and then like hockey has its own season, and baseball's more in the summer a little bit. All these things kind of have their own seasonal things. And I think that also helps a lot. Where in esports, if you play League of Legends, you watch League of Legends. If you play Valorant, you kind of just watch Valorant. Unless you're like people like us a little bit more who are a little bit more like kind of forced to watch a variety of things, you usually just hone in on one game and that's what you stick to because all games are super different. They all have very different mechanics, different metas, whole different production styles. So I think everything being super different and like fragmented hurts the esports industry as a whole for growing as like a entity. But this is the changing thing. I think events like the Esports World Cup, where kind of they centralize that a little bit more and it's all kind of one big event, that really helps. Like that can like unify a little bit more to where it's just esports as a whole instead of just like, oh man, League of Legends Worlds pulled a lot of viewership today,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. There's no overcast. I don't know what you over. Well, I don't know what you consider that, but like
Overlap.
overlap. Yes, there's no overlap, and I think that is the issue for esports growing as big as traditional sports.
Yeah. I think could you also argue that it's probably like a cultural thing as well? Why
Probably.
esports doesn't grow? Like sports in general is something like widely accepted. If
Yeah.
even if you don't like, for example, I don't watch football. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care about football. I know the rules about football. I know the teams in football. Like it's so around everyone and it's
Mm-hmm.
so like it's talked about everywhere that it's like you can't escape it. Esports, on the other hand, is a much more niche group of people
Yeah.
that are already going to be interested in it to begin with that I think they're just gonna have a much harder time branching out because it's like no one's growing up like talking about esports really. That's something that you
I was like,
find
that,
on
yeah,
your
that's maybe
own.
like a right now thing, just starting.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that you like find on your own. You have an interest that you dive into
Yeah.
yourself. And so that's probably another reason why, but
And
that's
also,
just
esports is new. Esports has been around for like maybe 30 years, maybe 25 years. Like, it's very new in comparison to sports, which has been around for, I mean, technically been around for thousands of years, but like actual, like,
yeah.
organized, like the NFL, that was like early 1900s. So, like, that stuff has been around for much longer. So, maybe around when esports has the life cycle that sports has had, it will be in the same ballpark. I just think for right now, even if it were to continue in the trajectory it is going, that
Yeah.
drop off is severe. And also, there's an age discrepancy. Gramps isn't
Mhm.
going to be popping into a Valorant stream. Um, you
My
know,
grandparents watch this.
that's true, and that's what Chatterbox is for, and that's what Chatterbox is for. Get that audience,
Shout
get
out,
it nice and
shout out
broad.
grandma and grandpa.
Yep. Um, but I don't know. I do think it it can be. I think it just needs to unify just a little bit, little unification among like have a standard. I think, and that would
I
help.
think, yeah. I would also argue that like the reason why like if you're really into League of Legends, why you might not watch I don't know, Valorant or something is I like every game unless you're like really into like shooter games in general, but if you're jumping from like League of Legends to Valorant, which are like two totally different games,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's so many mechanics and there's so many like rules, I guess,
Yeah.
that it can be kind of intimidating to jump into, and that's
Mm-hmm.
probably why people tend to stray away from it. I mean, I know whenever I got into Valorant and like I started watching people play Valorant, it's like Valorant is like a really intimidating game
Yeah.
to start like, looking into. Like there's
So much
so many different maps, there's so many different spots, there's so many different like agents and all
abilities,
of their different
ults.
abilities. Like,
Is
yeah,
there's
and
an
that how they work
economy?
together.
Like what?
Yeah. It's all like and like, there's like rotating sites and stuff in general was like so confusing to me and then like there are so many aspects of it that are
Yeah.
like confusing.
But then
But
football, it's get ball, throw ball, or run ball. Get in the painted zone. There are obviously some rules.
for the most
There are
part,
some. You might not realize. Okay, why is there a flag on the field? But overall, you can follow along super easily. And I guess you could argue like, well, Valorant, you place bomb and then you kill.
shoot people.
But
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna be much more confused overall. Like, why is there 7 colors on my screen, and why is half the map blowing up right now? Oh, it's a brimstone ultimate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smokes. Oh, this is that. Oh, Omen just teleported away. Okay, there's so much more
Yeah.
going on, and that's the same with League. When I watch League of Legends, I'm like, what is happening, bro? Like, what am I looking at right now? I have no clue.
Yeah.
I am in esports. I just don't like League of Legends. I just don't watch League of Legends. So I just
Mhm.
and that's I think I don't know. It is a little harder to digest, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a reason why it's so kind of like segmented and everyone's into their like own
Mm-hmm.
little thing is because like sitting down and like learning a whole new game that like
It's a lot. Mm-hmm.
hundreds of hours into that, which can be really intimidating. Football is or football, baseball, hockey, basketball, soccer, all are extremely easy to digest rather than
Yes.
like a video game.
And there's also just so much like I think even like the media around it makes it super easy too. Like for instance, there's no like ESPN really for esports. There's no just
Yeah.
thing you can watch and then get so much information and like for every single sport, all the players you can just learn so much from one channel. There's nothing like that for
Hmm.
esports. I think eventually, give it 10 years, there probably will be. I
Yeah.
just think the media around esports is also just much, much, much less than traditional sports.
Hmm. I would agree.
But moving on to our last point, I believe, correct? Number
Yes.
8.
My last
Oh
point,
my
and also
god.
the one this I am so passionate about this.
Yes,
I'm
this is
so
so
passionate about
true.
the idea of
Oh
being
my god.
nonchalant, I think is killing the world. If you're unfamiliar what nonchalant is, I don't really know how you could be, but nonchalant is this idea of being like so disconnected,
Okay.
so calm, so chill about everything. Like you're unfazed to the point where it's like you're just I don't even know how
You're
to
a
describe it. Hold
husk.
on.
You're just a husk.
Yeah, like you're just cooler, I guess, because
You don't
you're
care.
or like more attractive because you don't care.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually the lamest stuff in the entire world. And I think it's so I like I'm very passionate about this and like I hate the idea of being nonchalant. I think everyone should love everything like so obsessively and just
Facts.
so unapologetically them and like wear your
Yes.
heart on your sleeve and just like go full out in every single thing that you do. And like this idea of disconnecting it and trying to step away from it for like, I don't know, societal gain, I guess, of like looking cooler. Like I think that is just so boring because you're just stripping yourself away the joy of being unapologetically you. Being
Yeah.
so proud and so just like strong in the stance of who you are is like genuinely one of like the greatest gifts ever. If you're able to just like sit with yourself, know who you are, and just like go forward and be that, it makes everything a billion times better.
It does.
Like, and it's very cliche to say that like being yourself is the best gift ever, but like it is. Like there's no one that does you like you. And I
Yeah.
think stripping yourself away of trying to be like nonchalant and something that you're not, all you're doing is you're making yourself like emotionally disconnected and you're not engaging in these like strong core relationships and you're not engaging in, like any sense of community because you're too focused on how you're presenting yourself. Who cares?
Mhm.
Literally, who cares? Go like be yourself. There's like this is also a really English thing. There's a Mary Oliver quote who is like one of the greatest writers of literally all time.
Yeah.
And she has a quote of saying like let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. And like I just let your like if you like something, like it so unapologetically. Like it to the point where everyone knows you for that one thing. Don't be chill about it. Don't try and reserve about it. Like if you love something, love it so much. Like scream about it. Like just be you. Don't be chill about anything ever. Like that is so boring to sit around your whole life and be chill and be a little bit reserved about everything when you could just go full out. I think that is one of the best things you could ever do.
I
Like
agree.
dress the way that you want to, decorate your space the way you want to. It's like be like just be who you are. That's like literally the best thing ever. I mean, this is like I have pillow pets in my living room as my pillows because I didn't want decorative pillows. I wanted pillow pets.
Pillow pets.
That's what I wanted. I go and I thrift like grandma sweaters that have like kitties and puppies on them
Oh yeah.
because I love them and I want to wear them. Like I'm not thinking about being nonchalant and fitting into this like aesthetic of like being cool and being chill and being societally accepted. Like literally who cares? Being like considered, accepted by society, I think is so like what you have no gain from that. You have
Yeah.
no gain whatsoever from fitting into this, niche little box where if you walk by something, they're like, ah, that's normal. Ah, look at that.
Mhm.
It's not normal. You're just bland. You're just
Yes.
bland and you just look like everyone else and you're just doing everything everyone else is doing and that's so boring. Talk about a snooze fest. I said snooze fest earlier to your superpower of flying.
Snoo- oh,
This is a snooze fest. Like I did say that, but this is a snooze fest. Like bring back being weird.
yeah.
Be weird, be you. Like it's so fun to be weird and to like obsess over something so much. I
I
love
agree.
it.
I think we're gonna unify on this one because okay, so I think this is also extremely prevalent in the classroom. The like people who like ask questions and like present like actually interact with the class are seen as like bro, like why do you care so much? Like you're doing too much. Like you're doing too much, bro.
I almost dropped my headset,
I
bro. That
I
like
was literally I was talking in my history class today and I
yeah.
asked a question. It was a good question, okay? The
Yeah.
girl behind me literally went, "Oh my god." She went, "Oh my god." I was like, "Brother, I'm interacting with the teacher. It's a good question." I was genuinely questioning what
Yeah.
he was asking, and she was like, "Oh, brother. Oh man. Oh god." I was like, "Yo, I don't think I've heard you speak once in this class. Okay, look,
Yeah,
like, chillax on me. Okay, I'm trying to use the education I pay for here. Okay, guys, and I think, and it's so annoying.
get that
Like,
piece of
people,
paper.
yeah, or people who like dress well or try to put together an outfit.
Yeah,
It's like, who are you dressing for? Like, like, why do you care so much? Me, I'm dressing for me. I
me.
want to look. I
I'm the
like
most
putting
important
an
in
outfit
my
together.
life.
Yes, I like going and thrifting and being like, oh, this could pair well with this, and like, oh, this would be so cool.
Yeah,
And like, having a sense of style and being you and not being like, I'm wear a pair of Hey Dudes today, and then I might put on a polo and like just like go to class or whatever, like on some cool stuff, and then I don't know. Like, bro, are
yeah.
you a real person? Are you a human being? Are you
You're an
living your life
NPC.
at all? You're an NPC. You're being
You're an NPC.
coded by trends to do things,
Yeah,
and then you're just having no emotion because you're cool. Nobody thinks you're cool but you, and that's it.
exactly.
And maybe the other nonchalant NPCs. That's it.
You saying the word like you're doing too much or like you're being too much.
Yes,
That's literally like
it set off an alarm in your head.
that is literally like the actual worst thing in the entire world, and I actually like wanna
Oh my god, people are like, you're
hate
kind of
it so
embarrassing.
much.
You're kind of
I
embarrassing
hate it so
yourself.
much.
You're kind of embarrassing yourself.
And to be cringe is to be free.
It is
And
so
there I
true.
said it.
It's so
To be
true.
weird is to be free. To be you is to be
If you
free.
see
Like,
somebody, okay, if you're out in public and you're seeing somebody like being all excited and you in your head go like, oh, that's embarrassing, you are living a sad life. You are
yeah,
living a worser life than they are by judging them and having that negative emotion in your head and then walking up and thinking like, that could never be me. And it will never be
yeah,
you. It will never be you, and you'll be much sadder because of it. Live life, brother.
exactly.
Don't, like, who
Yes,
cares?
exactly. Be you. To be
Be
cringe is to
you.
be free.
To be cringe is to be free. Exactly. That's the motto.
And I
Is
said
there
it here
if there's
first.
anything to take away from this broadcast, or well, it's actually
To be
recording,
cringe
to be
is to be free.
yes, to be cringe is to be free. Get that
Thank
tattooed
you.
on you.
I will. To be
Now
cringe
that's
is
a
to be
classic. That is worth it. That's a classic right there. And
yeah.
also maybe even a superpower. I'm tying it all together right now. I'm tying it all in right now. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. To be cringe is the superpower.
It
To
is
be
true.
cringe is a gift.
It is. It's a gift that you are given and you can take advantage of anytime you want. Some just choose not to.
Exactly.
Some choose to not reach in deep. They want to stay outside and have an ego.
So true.
Well,
Exactly.
I think it's glad. I'm glad we could agree on the last one here. I'm glad we could unify on the last hot take. You know,
Yes, I'm
because
glad.
it's a very good take, and it's sadly a hot take. Sadly,
It
it is a
is,
hot take.
sadly. But
But
hopefully one day it will not be a hot take and hopefully it will just be
like,
truth.
just truth.
Really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were our hot takes, WVU Esports. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you disagreed with our hot takes or if you have some of your own hot takes as well, leave them down below in the comments. We would love to hear them. Maybe one day we'll even respond to them. We could
Maybe
make an
one
episode
day.
of that. That'd be kind of
Debate in the
crazy.
comments. Hot topic in the comments.
Exactly. Debate our hot takes, debate your hot takes. We would love to see your guys' opinions.
Hmm.
But that was our episode of Chatterbox. I'm Emily,
I'm Fate.
and we hope you guys really enjoyed and catch us next month for our next episode. Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.